All right. Good morning, everybody. Francois, Mr. Sharp, Kimberly, Donald, Arturo, Mary, Patrick. If you saw another stream this morning, I'm sorry. Try to do a private test, but apparently you can only have one live stream set up at a time or something like that. I don't know. Try to get my audio fixed. A few people complaining about it being super quiet. So if you've got a problem with audio, please let me know. I think I have it all set up, fixed. I was using a couple different devices to test it. I have an audio filter on because there was some weird buzz once I added boosted levels, but should be all fixed, I think. I think. Anyway, all right, let's get into it. Shall we? Cardboard is the big indicator that I like. Now, if you were on the show last night, I was talking about cardboard, and I'll talk about it again now. All right. So, cardboard. And get the right chart up and pop it over. And here we go. Oh, you got the. There we go. Let's try that one more time. One more time. There we go. Cardboard sales. As you can see, it dropped out back here in 2008, 2009, last time we had a giant recession. Look at what we're doing right now. This is Packaging Corp's actual box shipments of cardboard. I don't know about you, there is hardly a thing that comes to my house or my office that is not packed in cardboard or, that you buy at the store even. I mean, you buy mac and cheese in a box. You buy, there's a few things come in a bag, but I guarantee you when they get to the store, they're probably in a box. So virtually everything we buy comes in a box. Parts for Teslas come in a box. Parts for, everything comes in a box. You buy tires, sometimes they come in a box, especially if you order them on the internet. Anyway, everything comes in a box these days. And we just went through an amazing growth, but now we're going through reduced shipments, and that looks like at least reduced economic output. I would call it a recession, and it would not surprise me if after we got another blue bar over here on the cardboard sales, that we popped back up and saw, hey, guess what? The U.S. economy did a recession, and it's all fixed now, so you can reelect Joe Biden. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I think that's what they're going for. I think that's why we've redefined what a recession is. And, the ADP numbers coming out showing adding 300 bajillion jobs in July, yet Yellow shutting down, losing 30,000 jobs, and then CVS firing another 5,000 people. So, this whole thing built on a house of cards. We'll see what happens here. I got my green monster up this morning, causes me to be see-through. All right. So, also yesterday, I talked about the debt and how we're on a path. This is going to be an epic path. The Treasury now set to go after $1 trillion this quarter of coupons. Not just selling T-bills anymore. They're going to sell coupons. And U.S. debt was downgraded by Moody's yesterday, and causing the market to get a little rocky. We came up, bounced right off of here. This is my easy, clean S&P 500 chart. And if I grab this guy right here, see what we did right here, see what we did right here. That's what I call an echo in the market. If you're in echo trades, this is what I will be talking about tomorrow during the class. So we may get another echo in the market right here. Right there. That pullback may happen. 4,300. Maybe like, no way. Well, yes way. Yes way, Jose. Right there. Can happen. All right. Be prepared. If you're not ready for a pullback that can take us back to this level, well, look, it's a confluence. It was the high back here in August a year ago. You don't think we might go test that again? Yeah, tomorrow, first Thursday of the month. So if you're in Echo Trades, first Thursday of the month, 1 p.m. That's the plan. All right. Popping over. That's the last chart I was looking at on 30 Minutes of Awesome last night. All right. S&P 500 right up in the zone. Flip to the morning monster list. S5FI broke below 80 just barely. Just barely. That's still in the reversal zone. Look, it's making the same pattern. We may get one more spike up, and then watch out. We see that usually big spike. We see that first attempt, second attempt. This happens over and over. Not always do we get the 3 attempts, though. Sometimes we just get the first bump, second bump, and then and drop. First bump, second bump, drop. That one, first bump, second bump, made a third bump that didn't break up 80, drop. This happens quite a bit. First bump, second bump, third bump was just right there. Got a fourth little, we dipped and then came back up and then did the bigger drop. So there's one to keep an eye on, S5FI right here. We are doing the same thing we almost always do as far as making a top. They're never all quite the same, but that's the way tops are made, and then we'll probably get a drop. So watch out. This is all coming together. We are down below that. Let's jump down to the 30-minute time frame. We are down below that 45.85 level I was warning about. We can go deeper. We've already made a lower low overnight. This thing may be set up to get some extensions quite a bit lower. Watch out. All right. Initial targets for the move down today, probably around 4,500. Yeah, 4,525, 4,500. It may not happen today. It could be tomorrow. But this move, before we make a new high, I expect it to come down at least in this $4,500 area. We can go up for a new high after that before we get the bigger rollover. But that's where we are. We may need that one more pop on the S5FI. In Q, still looking rough, and we're down below that support and probably heading down. All the levels I've been talking about still apply. We zoom back out, jump over, zoom this back up a little bit. The major support right now down here, right around 15,200. You may be like, JT, how in the devil do you convert that to QQQ? Well, just pull up a QQQ. Look at where the level was down here. It's probably around 365, roughly. 365, 368, somewhere right in there. Probably the same level. Right where we consolidated back here. Russell right here. Breaking back below. This can lead to a deeper retrace. I was warning about that yesterday. If we gap back below that trend line, that's not good for continuation higher. A lot of times we see this in the market where we push above a trend line, then get slammed right back down. This can accelerate down. CL churning. Oh, it tried to push overnight. Almost tagged that level. Almost. I'm probably going to step off my UCO. I'll probably step off of that after the market opens here in a few minutes and I get done with the live stream. All right. Gold just churning in between the boxes. Rejected the upper box. Retesting the lower box. I'd like to see it pop out of here. If it gets back into the lower box, probably coming back down to the roadmap line for one more trip. One more round trip. Bitcoin was popping overnight and got slammed back down. Couldn't hold it. We'll see how the day shapes up there. I kind of expect it to pop down and touch the roadmap line. With that lack of ability to go higher, I mean, it's rejected there, rejected here, probably tilts the odds to coming down here. And we did get a big rejection off the bottom. I mean, it's just being held in place. So, I mean, look at that long tail from yesterday, long tail today already. We'll see what the day shapes up to be. That's not overly bullish, not really bearish. It's just kind of like a sideways consolidation type situation. Ethereum, not really getting the big pop that we saw in Bitcoin, and that one looking more bearish with the way the trend's been going. DXY is probably going to come up and touch the roadmap line. That's what it looks like it's trying to do. Reach up Retest one more time. Humana, stuff popping today. Pre-market, back up above, trying to get above the roadmap line. Probably going to go for the gap fill. That would be my target on that one. Immediately, right up there. Short-term target, gap fill. What happens after that? Not sure. This has done a lot of sideways. It's like it took a diversion up, back into the consolidation, took a version down, back up into the consolidation. Sideways is what I would expect. I mean, that's what it's been doing. ELF. Wow, look at that one. Whoo. Going to the moon. Right up to extensions. There's probably not even anything. That one's just being crazy. Be careful. That can get a pullback. It can keep going too, but it can get a pullback. Popping on earnings, beating on the top, beating on the bottom. Oh, financials. Let's see. Reasonable price to sales ratio, crazy price to earnings ratio, and it can keep going up until it runs out of steam. Then it'll come back to the roadmap line at some point. BLD, first builder source, announcing earnings, crushing it, I'm sure, because people are building stuff like crazy, and it doesn't really make huge sense when the interest rates are ridiculous. But I guess all those will get refinanced at some point. I mean, maybe that's what people are banking on, but the DGS chart, DGS2, looking like we may ramp this up. We could see 10% before this thing tops out. Everything, nah, interest rates are going back down. I'll just refinance. Yeah, till you get caught in a jam. I don't think they're coming back down. If that's your plan, watch out, baby. PAG, nice pop, reasonable pullback. Let's see what we got. As far as upside targets would be 186, and we're right at the resistance. So this could do this. This might be the pop. We find resistance there and turn down for that third leg right to the roadmap line. That would not surprise me. And we are trying to push up above that resistance at 172.19, but may not be able to hold it. So watch out for that. That's a measured bounce type setup for going lower. The lower target would be right down there around the roadmap line. You're like, but it beat on the top and bottom on earnings. It should be going up, but it may result in a retrace to the roadmap line. I mean, look, it tends to like that roadmap line, goes on extension, comes back almost to the roadmap line, goes on extension. We didn't quite get there. That's the pattern. Match.com. People looking for love, I guess. Match.com. Making money off of it, and we're right into the resistance. If we can get above that high over there, about 55, we could go on up. Otherwise, expect us to just keep consolidating in this area right where we are. VRT, cheese and crackers. Look at that pop. About to open the market. Wow. All right, so that one's probably going for the bigger extension, 34. It may do this classic thing where we see this, hold resistance. Doesn't have to do this, but retrace back to the 100, back to the breakout, and then out to 41. Could just go right up there. Above that would be 49 and 55. EMR is popping a little bit. There's the market. Popping a lot of bit. Right up to resistance at those prior highs. Watch for it to come right back down. There's going to be supply there in the market because we've topped out once, twice, three, 4, 5, 6 times, like 6 times. There'll be supply there. People are going to sell when it hits that price. Ugh. Oh my gosh, that's a downtrend. I don't care that it's currently above the roadmap line. That looks like a downtrend. That is a nasty, gnarly chart. Be careful. I would call that a dumpster fire of a pattern. I wouldn't touch it with your money right now until this clears up. That looks pretty freaking gnarly. They, yeah. Expecting to make money on a little bit of money, but that's pretty tough. That's just a sideways, gnarly, choppy pattern. Chops your account up. PXD could be working on a breakout here. Could be. I do have a much higher target, as you can see up there. We need to break this level right here. This could be a measured bounce. It looks like it is a measured bounce, and we'll set us up. Oh, look at that. That alert I set on ALB yesterday. Potential measured bounce, potential head and shoulders. I'm going to reset that one down just a touch lower, although it may be there. Yeah, if it can hold this area and turn back up. I actually have 2 of them drawn on here. That's cool. That's cool. Delete one. Yeah, if we can hold this head and shoulders pattern breakout, could lead to a giant move up on ALB. Could be a catalyst working with Exxon. We'll see what happens. See what happens. Talked about that yesterday during the morning monster if you want to see it. AMD popping, but might be dropping. Be careful. That's a lower high. Can definitely get sucked down, especially with the market. Meds, don't touch this thing. If you like to gamble, there's your one, but not for me. SEDG, ouch. If it breaks out of the support at the bottom of the box, but if it breaks out of the bottom box, watch out below. But we've held the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Buyers tend to come in about this 200 level, tend to push it up to about 375. Although last time we only got to the low 300s. Could be a fair opportunity to get in if we, in this area. Goose, I know you like to sell puts. Maybe if you can find any premium down below this a little bit. But this could be the time it breaks down though. So you got to be careful. Manage your risk. GNRC, Generac, getting above the roadmap line. That's a positive, even if it is kind of not being awesome. And this current bullish pattern plays out right around 165. Then we'll probably see a retrace. Could be as high as 174, although it did gap down below the roadmap line there. But so it could be played out now, and that could be the retrace. And we'll have to see what that one does. That was right out to almost to the target level. Retrace, find support, turn back up. That could be an extension play. ASML, yeah, just turning, needs to touch the roadmap line, clear up some stuff. Let me clear off some stuff. I expect that one to come back to the roadmap line at some point here. I mean, it does it regularly. Hasn't done it since back here in April. One more touch, clear it up. And then we can go on 800, possibly 840. SMG, Scott's Miracle Grow. Apparently fertilizer not doing too great. That looks like a continuation pattern for lower. That was 3 waves up. I would expect a lower low. Somewhere below this, or at least a double bottom at the minimum. That was a 3-wave up, and we can get a move right back down. Let me see, JT, where's the 3 waves? Look, 1, 2, 3. The waves go like this. That was wave 1. This is wave 2. This is move 3. That kind of stuff is corrective. 3-wave moves are corrective. Leads to extensions lower. 26 on the downside. Maybe double bottom. That could be a good put play long term. If you like trading stuff short, like having puts on things potentially dropping, probably come back into at least the 40 area. Maybe $20 on a put. I mean, that'd be pretty good if they're priced properly. I don't even know. That's not one I've chased down. So Adobe continues to grind, pushing up above the resistance. This can be a major move up to back up to 660 area, back to this all-time high area. RGEN working on getting out of this gnarly pattern. I mean, that's funky. Why would you put any money in that? Ugh, I wouldn't touch that. Don't touch that. NVIDIA probably going to get this retrace at some point here. I would not surprise me. It's going to make crazy headlines. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, who expected NVIDIA to drop 30%? Don't be surprised. Don't get caught off guard. All right. PKX, that continues to be ridiculous. It would not surprise me if that one came right back down into the $80 to $90 area. And SMCI having trouble pushing higher. It's a long way down to the roadmap line. It's another one. Would not surprise me if we saw that drop 100 points. It wouldn't surprise me. It just wouldn't. Not at all. All right, bias for the day. Now that we have got this all run through on the list, bias for the day is down at this point. We could do a Hail Mary and bounce, but I'm just not feeling it yet. Just not feeling it. This is looking kind of bearish. I do expect us to go visit at least this 45.25 area, if not down to 4,500 before the next major support. We may see a little resistance at that 45.50 where we made the low overnight. May take a little pause, a little breather, but probably going to push on down. There is potential we break back above 4,600. I mean, there's potential out there, but this chart is slanted, very bearish. Would not surprise me to see a flush. That's what I got for today. All right. If you want to continue the conversation, ask me more. I reserve my time for people that pay. So I will be in Discord the rest of the day. And if you want to come join me, link is in the description right down below. You can come join us. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now. Stay safe out there.